Trust goes a long way. This is why it's good to be trusted. And this is why we've been monitoring the banks losing trust over this last 2 to 3 years. That's what all the deposit flight has been about. So when it comes to custodying services, who are you going to trust, right? If you're a customer, think about this for a minute, because this plays a big part in where that capital is going to flow in the future. Non-banking financial institutions or legacy system financial institutions, the fintechs, the DLT NBFIs, or the legacy system. This is what determines it. Trust is going to be huge. All that deposit flight comes from a myriad of things. Number one, the banks don't know what they're doing. They've been collapsing. There's thousands of them across the globe that might collapse at any minute. That's number one. Number two, they can't protect anything when it comes to information. All these legacy system entities been getting hacked. They can't protect your phone number. They can't even protect your social security number. Heck, I don't even think they can protect. I don't know what they can protect. You want to be real about it? I don't know. That plays into the favors of the bank coin companies like this here with Ripple trying to get into custody and services. Now we know they got into this a while ago, right? But now they're talking numbers. They're saying, hey, potentially this could reach $16 trillion. So we have more trillions on the table. Isn't that what you want? Because that's definitely what I want. I want to see that XRP price explode, Stellar price explode, Algorand, Quant, Flare in due time. Not financial advice, just my humble opinion. But $16 trillion, more trillions. So who are you going to trust if you're a customer? Are you going to trust the legacy system that's been getting hacked across the board, which proves what? That they have antiquated systems that they could have updated a long time ago. They got plenty of capital. If they have plenty of capital, why didn't they upgrade their services so that they can't be hacked? That should be ongoing. It's either no. It shows that they're incompetent and customers are fleeing. So when it comes to custodying services, when it comes to real world asset tokenization, most people in the future, in my humble opinion, are going to look elsewhere to things like this that Ripple is providing. Now, pay attention to how everything is accelerating. You had Archax. We just covered this in a recent video, like a few videos back. Archax expanding themselves with a new partnership. That's number one. Then Ripple over the summer expanded their partnership with Archax for real world asset tokenization. That's two. Now we have Ripple expanding their custodying services. This is becoming very big very quickly. They're trying to become a significant player that, and how do I phrase this? How do I put this? Like when the banks want to have in the future, I'm just playing with this idea. You tell me what you think about this. But if the banks want to be taken seriously when it comes to safety, when it comes to custody, when it comes to information in the future, I think that they're going to have to go heavily third party and tell their customers if they want to reassure their customers of safety and security. If they want to keep their customers, they're going to have to go third party and say, hey, listen, we're working with some professionals. This is what they specialize in. And why would they have to do that? Because the customers no longer trust the banks directly. So then anybody who's doing things like this, Ripples, can be that third party. You know, they don't have to. I mean, listen, there's a lot of ways they can go about this, but they can be that third party. Right. So then the banks. And why do I say that? Because here it says, listen, it says, so Ripple custody will help fintech companies. Put that to the side. I'm not worried about that. It says, including banks. So that's the key right there. Ripple's whole setup is to take value from the banks, to be a crucial and integral part of everything that the banks do. That's where that explosion in price initially comes from. That is that base explosion in price. Don't ever forget interbank payments. Don't forget payment channels, broken up payments where one payment is broken up into pieces. Don't forget XRP is the only thing you can use for some of these advanced mechanisms of the XRPL. Don't forget that. This is why David Schwartz came out recently. I think it was an article from yesterday, but I had the day off yesterday. My apologies, folks, but some days are super busy, so busy I can't make a video. But he came out and was reminding people about certain things only XRP can be used for. There is literally, I'm paraphrasing, but he literally assured the people there's no way XRP is being replaced. If people understand that, do they understand what's going to happen, what can happen? Let me say it like that. To XRP's price in the future with all these trillions lined up for it to take. Who's the competition? There's enough for all the bank coin companies. That's number one. And number two, they all work together. Don't let them fool you. They're all buddy behind the scenes. You see them sitting on panels together. You see them shaking hands and laughing together, answering questions together. They all serve different purposes. They don't step on each other's feet, and they know it. They know it, right? So that's why something like this is very, very important. Yeah, I just want to put my thoughts out there on this because I think I'm looking at this in a different way. So now they're talking about also, there was a little aspect here they mentioned about real world asset tokenization, something that they're doing with that here. That is going to be huge. Why do you think they keep bringing that up? They're bringing that up consistently because that's going to be the easiest. When everything is streamlined, if someone brings to you their gold or silver, rice, oil, it doesn't matter what it is. Whatever commodity it is, be it precious metal or otherwise, all you have to do is input a few basic pieces of information, a little bit of proof in the future, and then it's tokenized. Then you can move that value. That's going to open up a massive amount of value to flow consistently. And that means the native tokens that people have to have in order to participate in some of these ecosystems should theoretically explode in price. I just don't see any way around that. I just don't. Right. So you have that going on. Then look at this. Then you have things like this. A lot of people are excited about the ETF, the potentials for ETFs. Is it going to be XRP? Is it going to be Solana? Both of them have problems with the SEC. So interesting how that works, isn't it? But once they both get past the SEC, they're both in the clear. Also, I mean, XRP is already in the clear, but you know what I mean? Like Ripple, Ripple is a big piece of the XRP ecosystem. So hey, this article is titled, "Here are prominent signs financial market is preparing for XRP ETFs." It says, first, Anderson, I don't know which Anderson they're talking about. They just jump in here. Did I skip something? First, Anderson noted that Grayscale's decision to open XRP Trust in September is a strategic move that could lead to an XRP ETF. Notably, Grayscale is the leading crypto asset manager. The crypto community eagerly awaits Grayscale's official XRP ETF move, given its prominence in the asset management business. Did I read an article the other day correctly where it said the SEC is going against crypto.com? Did you see that? These people at the SEC, my word, they're, forgive my verbiage, they're completely demonic. Somebody's like demonic. They haven't heard that word. They haven't heard that word in a long time, right? I'm going to go there. They're completely demonic. Somebody just got out their cross. Somebody broke out the cross. You remember all the older people used to have the cross with the beads? Somebody got that out, put that right on their desk. But yeah, no, man, see, here's the thing. Crypto at some point, and I believe it happened over the summer. If you look at how much activity, remember we've been covering that? Look how much activity has been going on Chainlink. We covered those articles, didn't we? In the last 2 weeks. Look at how much activity has been going on Solana. Now, that's been happening across all of the utility coins. Rapid development. Look at how much activity has been happening on Cardano. Rapid activity. That leads to dominance, folks. That leads to explosion in price. Sure, I want that money, but also it leads to dominance. Now, what else can we put together with that? Look how far behind the legacy system is. I don't want to give too much away. But because I believe we discussed a lot in the members only videos, but this is why those timelines changed. Do you remember what they were saying about those timelines? They're far behind. They even had to push some things back. So what do you do if you're the legacy system? You were already behind. And now the new financial system is taking off. Like I said, we have the most brilliant minds in the entire world. That's to our advantage. So you remember some years ago when the Bitcoin companies were collecting all those genius minds, and I was saying this is a good thing. This is when it counts. When we're in the third round, when it's the final round, the championship rounds, and you need a knockout, you need an advantage. This is when it happens because all those legacy system entities, they didn't collect enough brilliant minds, so they're far behind, and they didn't get the golden key. We didn't give it to them. We gave them just enough where they would need us. So how do you try to catch up? You try to slow crypto down. So now you see this advancement and expansion of the SEC trying to give crypto some more problems. They're going after crypto.com. They talk about Solana again, all these different things. They talked about Ethereum at the beginning of the summer. They're trying to slow crypto down again because we're getting very far out ahead. Ooh, wait. Did I put that in the members? There was something major that happened like a few days ago. And I'm not I think it was around the time I made that last members only video. I don't know if I put it in, but someone said something major. You remember that? Did you hear about that? They literally admitted to what we knew. Man, let me tell you something. Regular people have no idea how dominant they're telling us. This is not just my opinion. They're literally telling us how dominant we could be. I'll just say this without giving too much away. Remember a long time ago what Christine Lagarde said about crypto? Remember that? Right. Let's just say that hasn't changed. Listen, let's say it hasn't changed. Someone said something. I'll leave that at that. Let's keep going here. Meanwhile, other major crypto asset managers have made official moves to list an XRP ETF. Bitwise opened the floor on October the 2nd by submitting its application with the US SEC. And what I was just speaking on is one of the reasons why I tell people, it's my humble opinion. You could disagree. A lot of people disagree with me. But this is why I believe firmly that the top cryptos across the board are super bullish and most people don't see it. And a lot of them, not one. It's not just going to be one coin to rule them all. No, that sounds good. That sounds beautiful. One coin to rule them all. We all like the superhero and, messiah type rise of something. No. There's going to be a few of them. Don't get me wrong. A lot of cryptos are going away. I'm talking about legit projects. There's going to be quite a few of them and they're getting their footing now. It's not going to be one coin. It's going to be quite a few of them are going to go off. And I don't believe that they're coming back down once that price go up. I don't. It's going to take some time, just like the representative from the Fed, Christopher Waller said. It's going to take a little bit of time. But when they go off, man, I mean, I think anyone would be hard pressed to say it wasn't worth the wait. In my humble opinion, you do what you want to do. I'm just speaking exactly what I'm thinking. All right, so we'll see if XRP ETF happens. I think it will. I think it's inevitable. Really, I do. I don't see any way around this. XRP is in the clear. What do you say to stop it? It's in the clear, just like Bitcoin is legally clear. I don't see how you stop it. And then I think Solana comes next because of how much respect it has in the industry. So now, okay, let's move on to a little bit of Bitcoin news. Then we have, we'll see if we can get to it. I have some Chainlink. I have some Solana. Oh, man. Bankcoin's a cook. I have some Cardano. We'll see how far we get today, people. I hate when I make those faces. I look up at the camera, right? And I'm like, that's just my natural looks that I have when I'm expressing myself. I look how I feel at the moment, and then it's funny because some people are like, you're always looking this way. So for me, my head is like this way on the camera. I don't know why it is the way it is. It just is the way it is. But I like this camera, right? So I'm looking at myself but when you're looking at me, it looks like I'm just looking to the side instead of at you. Does that make sense? It's the way the camera is. So now, okay, this is some good news for Bitcoin. Mt. Gox postpones repayment deadline to 2025, allaying concerns of Bitcoin selling pressure, a little bit more bullish to sprinkle on top of the Bitcoin cake. So I see some people are still bullish on Bitcoin, but a lot of people are not. It doesn't change the truth. It doesn't change the future. This is a little bit more bullishness. It gets better and better. That good energy is there for us. The Mt. Gox trustee postponed the deadline to repay creditors by 1 year. 1 year? Whoa. I did not expect that. To October 31st, 2025. Whoa, this is more bullish than I thought. How is this not bullish? The delay, quote, could assuage near-term concerns around supply overhangs, unquote, Coinbase analysts said. This is great. This is great. The trustee managing the assets of Mt. Gox postponed the deadline. Why do they repeat it? Or who wrote this article? Who is it? Well, I don't feel like scrolling back. I was very amped to scroll back up and find out who it was until I saw a little bit of lag in me pressing that up button. And I said, you know what? I don't even feel like waiting for this screen to scroll up anymore. Yeah, no, I'm in that energy right now. I'm ready to move forward quickly. Mt. Gox, which was once the largest crypto exchange. We know what happened with Mt. Gox, folks. You're preaching to the choir. We're the choir. We know. All right, so they postponed it. We have more Bitcoin news. So let's just jump ahead. Let's just jump to this next one. And then maybe if we do it that way, we can get to these other articles. We're already 15 minutes into the video. All right. Now, here we go. Bitcoin. We got another one, folks. In my range. They're in my range. Sorry, I'm getting a little excited. It's Friday. Thank God it's Friday night. And I judge. Hey, excuse the high notes. I'm not a professional singer. But how many of you remember the song Just Got Paid? Just got paid Friday. I ain't just get paid. I got paid myself. But some people out there got paid. But I remember when you used to get them paychecks on Friday. Oh, it was time to go party. It was time to have a good time. You know what I mean? So I remember. Yeah. So anyway. Hey, how come some of you ain't inviting old Alpha? You're not inviting Alpha out. You gonna play pool without me? You gonna play cards without me? You know you need Alpha. You need Alpha. You need Alpha to crack some jokes. You need Alpha to play some games with. Yeah, man. So let me tell you something. I know how to have a good time. I know how to have a good time, sir and madam. Sir and madam. Got to include everybody. Bitcoin. My apology. I didn't got way off. Bitcoin analyst who nailed 2023 reiterates $115,000 price. Listen, more and more people are falling into my range. I told you. This is the most logical. 100,000 to 150,000. I think that's the most reasonable. It could go higher. But that's what I'm sticking to. I may not stick too far beyond that. I might come back a few times, but I'm telling you right now, I'll reach a price that's delicious to me. I'm selling. When it comes to Bitcoin, that is. When it comes to bank coins, I don't play with the bank coins, but Bitcoin, it's time to play. Yay. Bitcoin is time to play. Fundstrat's Sean Farrell isn't backing down from a call for Bitcoin to have a huge end to 2024. Well, how long has he been saying? I've been saying this for about a year and a half. But not that it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. As speculation swirls in the crypto space about Bitcoin's future trajectory, see, this is what I'm talking about. How is it? Speculations. It's the people that believe Bitcoin is going down. I mean, like the price could go down, but it's going to come back up. But it's like people that believe Bitcoin is done for, is doomed. And oh, my goodness. To each his own. One voice remains resolute. Sean Farrell, head of digital asset strategy at Fundstrat, known for his accurate price predictions last year, Farrell is sticking to his guns about a bullish Bitcoin price target for 2024. Now, here's where we differ. I don't know what's going to happen. 2024 is almost over. I don't know what's going to happen when. I just know in the future, Bitcoin is super bullish. At some point, Bitcoin theoretically should explode in price. That's all I can tell you. I don't have a solid timeline like this, like what's like end of 2024. No. During a new interview with Coinage, Farrell doubled down on his predictions, stating that he's still aiming for a target above $115,000 by year end, despite lingering uncertainties in the market. Is it possible? Yes. All the catalysts are there for sure. It's definitely possible. Reflecting on the current state of Bitcoin's price movement, Farrell noted that we've seen a lot of stagnation since earlier this year. Yeah, I agree with that. Quote, in the summer months, we had obviously a lot of negative seasonality, a lot of idiosyncratic selling events that really put a lid on any kind of rally, unquote, he explained, referring to Bitcoin's struggles to break through resistance levels. Yet he remains confident that the groundwork for a significant move is being laid for Q4. All right, listen, we got to get to some of this other utility coin news. We got Chainlink. Chainlink activity has been out of this world the last 3 weeks. All right. They've been busy. I believe they're the ones we read about where they had a lot of what they call GitHub events, where people do all the coding and building and stuff. Very active. I think Solana also was very active also. There was a few they had on that list, and that is good activity, right? So now this article here, Ronin to secure cross-chain bridge with Chainlink CCIP. Ronan said the Chainlink CCIP integration would reinforce its bridge security and free up resources to accelerate its adoption. I keep telling people, Chainlink, I don't know how Chainlink is a sleeper. People are treating it like that, like it's a sleeping giant, but I just don't understand it. It looks so bullish. Everything that they're doing is bullish. Their future overall looks bullish. I just don't understand it. But some people, a lot of people are very, very bearish on Chainlink. Did I say bullish before? My apologies. I meant people are very bearish on Chainlink right now. I don't understand how. Web3 gaming blockchain Ronin has announced an integration with blockchain oracle platform Chainlink to secure the Ronin network's cross-chain bridge. Now, wait a minute. See, I cover so much information. Do you guys remember if I covered an article? I think it was Chainlink. I think we did cover an article about Chainlink working with another bank in Australia, which, you know, really, to be completely honest, is not anything new to us because we know Ripple and Chainlink have been in Australia for some time building relationships. You know, we covered that news probably about for Ripple. It's probably been about 2.5 years. They've been in Australia doing work with different banks. And, you know, we'll see the outcome of that in the future time. And Chainlink has been about maybe a year and a half since we've been covering that type of information, or we covered it at first. So we knew they were there, but now we're starting to see the fruit, you know, be bared. Is that how you say that appropriately? You're starting to see everything come to fruition. That's what I needed to say, right? Ronin announced that it would integrate Chainlink's cross-chain interoperability protocol. All right. So listen, this is good news here. I'm going to leave that at that. Let's move on because we have a few minutes left. I think we can squeeze these last two in. I believe we can. So Solana, bullish, super bullish. I wish there was I got to come up with a catchphrase for that. I need one to just express how bullish I am about Solana. I just feel like it's more bullish than most. Not all, because I definitely have projects I'm super bullish on beyond Solana, but it's up there. It's getting up there. Analysts see Solana's price at $560. If these three factors align, we're not going to go through all of them, but they definitely talk about Solana Tech, which, like I said, I think it's very easy for Solana to become absolutely dominant when it comes to development of their technologies. But this is what it says. New Solana Tech, a variable that can accelerate Solana's dominance. It says if it can ramp up the number of transactions it can handle. My apologies with that pause. I had to sift through a bunch of stuff here and click off some ads. They have ads just popping up all over these things. Fire Dancer, a new validator client being developed by Jump Crypto, is key. I guess that's something we can look into. It aims to increase Solana's theoretical throughput from 50,000 transactions per second to over 600,000. What? Whoa. That's definitely a leap in capabilities. Quote, current price metrics will only prove sustainable in our view if Solana can achieve 100 to 400x increase in throughput, unquote. Yeah, I have to look into this. Fire Dancer, huh? I wonder how much progress has been made on it. How long before it can be deployed? It says, this is coming from Standard Chartered. Okay, all right, so I got to take this serious. Quote, this would require Fire Dancer to be active. Solana handles around 3,200 transactions per second, according to data dashboard Solana Beach. Then, of course, they're talking about more users. Building the infrastructure for higher throughput is only half the battle. Solana also needs to get more people using it. This is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about advertisement. In order for people to use your product, they have to first know about it. But while you're letting them know about it, you must make it sound attractive. Tell them everything that's good about it. And it has to be legit, right? So you have to get out there, talk to mainstream media, get off of Twitter. Stop staying stuck on Twitter like all the other companies and stuff like that. Get out there to the mainstream because there's a lot of people who still watch mainstream media. They do. Tap all the different medias across the board. Social media, mainstream media, everything. And get the word out there. If you do that, then people will start to come around, to life. There's a lot that has to do with conditioning in order to bring people in when you're trying to push a product, and you can't be lazy about it. Those who work the hardest will win. Right. So now We're going to close out here with this little Cardano here, and then I'm going to get to making the next members only video. Okay. So this article is titled Hoskinson Addresses Negative Sentiment Around Cardano, which is another one I don't understand. How is Cardano not bullish? Input-Output CEO Charles Hoskinson addressed the recent negative sentiment around Cardano's future, attributing the criticism to the impact of its new governance framework. Quote, "You all may have noticed that Twitter sentiment around Cardano has been more negative lately. This change isn't a reflection of our project somehow failing, but rather the desired result of Voltaire," unquote. So that's what he had to say about that. I'm bullish on Cardano. I think that they're doing a good job. Charles Hoskinson has been doing a very good job the last few months, in my humble opinion. And, we'll see where the future takes it. I think in that next bull run, the true bull run, when Bitcoin explodes and everything starts going up, I think Cardano once again will make very, very good profit. I do. I could be wrong on that, though. Not financial advice. Remember that. Not financial advice. All right. So now that you have that information, everybody, wait, I messed up my own outro. Holy smokes. Not the first time. Won't be the last. Now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, everybody, let's get to the money.